Today I'm going to be showing you the best PlayStation 5 accessories that you can buy right now. Some of these you've probably seen before, like the controllers and the docks, but there are a few here that you may never have heard of. So if you're wanting to upgrade your PS5 setup or just improve your whole ownership experience, hopefully today's video will help. Also, everything is linked in the description if you wanted to check that out. Right, let's start with the plates. So the PS5 comes with these white covers on the side, but they are actually removable and replaceable. That means with very little effort, you can actually slide these off and choose another colour instead, completely transforming the look. Now, since launch, you have been able to get hold of third-party plates from Amazon and Dbrand, but last year Sony announced their own official covers. They were the Midnight Black and the Cosmic Red, but we will see more colours later this year. Removing the old plates is just a case of holding the top corner and sliding down and out at the same time. First up, we've got the Cosmic Red plates here, and these really pop. But if you wanted to go for a more understated or a dark theme, then I would definitely recommend picking up the Midnight Black plates instead. I've been using these since they launched a few months ago, and I think they look awesome. But if you don't like any of the official colours, well, you can choose Dbrand instead. And they've actually got their own design, so you can see here it's got vents on the side of the covers, and the actual edges are more rounded instead of being sharp. But regardless of where you buy these from, just by changing the plates can completely transform the look of your setup. And while we're talking about customizing it, here are 3 small things you can do to change the PS5 look. Now, you might have noticed the centerpiece here is normally glossy, which although looks nice, it usually attracts dust and fingerprints pretty easily. And the answer to that, well, is to wrap the center with a black vinyl wrap from Dbrand. There are cheaper versions out there from Amazon, but it basically just sticks over the top, leaving small holes for the buttons. Now, next to these weird looking stickers, these are actually used to cover up the LEDs on the front of the PS5 to change its color. By default, the lights on the PS5 are blue when it boots up, then they turn to white once it's on. Now, if you add these little stickers over the top, you can actually change the LEDs to appear a different color instead. You could have blue, red, orange, or even black if you wanted to completely turn it off. So as you can see here, I've opted for the blue LEDs, which I think looks really nice. Okay, so if you're using the official Sony plates, you'll have the little PlayStation logo cut out on the side. And if you pop the cover off, you can see there's a very small PS logo indent too. So if you take these stickers here that I've got, which come in a selection of colours, you can stick them on the little cutout on the inside of the console. Now, when you put the plates back on, you've now got a little pop of colour showing through the logo. It's only a subtle change, but depending on what your setup is like and the colour theme you're going for, you can have your PlayStation 5 match that colour. Next up is storage. So we know the internal storage on the PlayStation 5 isn't great. With around 667GB of usable space, it means it fills up pretty quickly. Especially with the new PlayStation Plus tiers that we're going to see later this year, there's a good chance you might download even more games. Now there's 3 solutions for this. One is just delete any games that you finish playing or re-download them if you need to. 2 is plug an external drive in, which lets you store but not play your PlayStation 5 games. Or 3 is install an M.2 drive in the internal slot. Now, if you're opting for the external drive, I would go for the SanDisk Extreme SSD. These come in sizes from 500GB to 4TB, and will let you store your PlayStation 5 games on it. Now, just bear in mind you cannot play the games off this drive, as you will need to transfer them back onto the PS5's internal storage. Now, the easiest option, but a little bit more expensive, is utilising the internal SSD bay which Sony unlocked last year. And this will let you fit any compatible M.2 drive just by removing the side cover, removing the metal plate, and inserting it here. It takes a few minutes to install, and it instantly adds up to 4TB of storage. It will also let you store and play your PS5 games straight from it, so there's no need for that external drive as well. And if you're going down the internal SSD route, I would recommend either the SN850 from Western Digital or the MP600 Pro LPX from Corsair. Those are the 2 that I've used since launch, and they've been great so far. I'm not sure about you, but you can never have too many controllers. Adding extra controllers to your setup is one of the easiest and most convenient things that you can do. Whether you're gaming for hours every day, you play local co-op games, or you just forget to charge it, having at least one extra controller will be useful. So we've obviously got the white controller that comes with the console, so that's pretty standard. But there's now a huge selection of controllers to choose from. We've got the official colours, including Midnight Black, Cosmic Red, Galactic Purple, Nova Pink, and the Starlight Blue. Then if you want to create something totally unique, there's places like Colorware. And then there's the new SCUF controllers. Now, I've actually been trying for months to get one, like since they announced it last year. Hopefully I will get my hands on one soon, but I keep missing the drops. Now, with the Xbox Series X, you've got a choice of the Elite controller, or you can go down the SCUF route as well. So I have actually got a SCUF Instincts Pro here, and I've been using this for about 6 months or so. For me, the experience has been great so far, but I'm really keen to try the PlayStation 5 one. Now, if you ever want to take your PS5 controller with you or just keep it safe, you can actually buy these hard shell carry cases. These actually fit the DualSense controller perfectly, and it looks pretty neat. It's actually very similar to the case that the Xbox Elite controller comes with. Following on from the controllers, you'll also want to charge them. So the PlayStation 5 does come with a USB-C charging cable, but any extra controllers that you buy doesn't. Now, I'm using the official PlayStation 5 dock here, which means I've always got 2 controllers ready to go. As you can see, this one is actually painted black, but the official one comes in white. Next, I've got these wooden controller stands from Geek-Made Designs. I have 3 of these now, and they are always displaying controllers in my room. They have a few different designs and styles, but this one is definitely my favourite. It fits the DualSense perfectly, and it looks awesome. So it's made from solid wood, it's got rubber feet underneath, and it feels really well made. So if you want to display your controllers in your setup, I would definitely recommend picking these up. Another idea, if you don't want to buy a dock or a holder, is to use these clips instead. So this little mount clips onto the side of your PS5, so on the console itself, and it lets you hang your controller from here. This is perfect if you're on a budget or you're limited on space and you don't want to have the controller on your desk. There are a few places that actually sell these, including Amazon and Glisco. Okay, so if you're playing any FPS games or online multiplayer, you're going to want a headset. The obvious choice is to go for the Sony Pulse 3Ds. These come in black or white, and they actually match the PlayStation 5 design. I have them and I've used them, and they are definitely worth the price. But if you can spend a little bit more, I would recommend going for the SteelSeries Arctis 7Ps or 7P Plus. They are a far better headset, longer battery, comfier, and I think they look nicer. The only downside of the 7P over the 7P Plus is the lack of the USB-C port, so I would definitely go for the 7P Plus. But I also still have my eyes on the Astro A50s. I actually sold my previous pair just before I got the PS5, but the HDMI splitter and the lack of HDMI 2.1 support is what's still putting me off. Now unfortunately the monitor I'm using does not have an optical out, so I'm not able to use that here, but if you can, I would definitely go for the A50s. Okay, so you've got your headset, and now you need somewhere to store them. I actually hang mine on my shelf over here or on one of these headset stands. I've actually got 2 of these stands now. I've got this Grove made one here that sits on my desk. Now this is solid and it will fit pretty much any headset. The link below that I've got to this actually gives you a 10% off code if you're interested. Or if you wanted something with a PlayStation branding or icons on it, there's this one here from Geek-Made Designs. This is also made from wood and it's got a metal bracket in the middle, but if you look closely, I really like this design across the bottom. And here's another idea, just like with the controllers, if you're limited on budget or space, you can buy these little clips to go on the side of the PlayStation 5. This will then allow you to mount your headset on the side of the console instead. And here's a little bonus accessory that I wanted to show you. These are the wooden PlayStation icons. So if you want something totally unique and different to what you can buy in the shops, I would recommend picking these up. I actually have 2 sets of these now. I've got one under my TV and one on my desk setup. So that was a quick look at what I think are the best PlayStation 5 accessories that you can buy right now. Thank you for watching. And if you drop a PlayStation 5 with a little blue heart in the comments, I'll know you're here right till the end. And if you did enjoy today's video, check out my gaming on a TV video next, as it covers why I think gaming on a TV is actually better than a monitor. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. Until next time.